Hi everyone, it's Isis. It's the 20-year anniversary of the September 11th attacks. That event has been on my mind all day. I can't stop thinking about it. And I just wanted to shoot a video to say I'm so sorry to those of you who lost a loved one on that day. And I remember that day so clearly. I was working in an office and a woman who I worked with got the news that the second tower had fallen. Her son was in that building, and I just remember her running out of the office as soon as she got the news. And I just remember that feeling of panic and dread and the look on her face. I will never forget that as long as I live. I know for many of us, it was so triggering of feelings of anxiety and dread, and we didn't know what was going to happen next. We didn't know if another attack was going to happen. It was just walking around in this constant state of anxiety after that event. So much misery and drama for thousands of people on that day, and I'm so sorry, especially for those of you who lost someone. I keep thinking about it all day, and for me today, at least, it's been a reminder that every day of normalcy is a blessing. Every time my husband gets home from work, it's a blessing. Every day I get to spend with him, it's a blessing. You know, he's happy and healthy, so are my friends, so are my in-laws, everyone I love. You know, I think oftentimes we spend too much time thinking about what we don't have yet, or what we need to do, or what we need to get, and we don't count our blessings. So every day of normalcy, where you know where your loved ones are and that they're okay. Every day that we get to have that, it's a blessing, and I just wanted to remind myself of that. A couple of years back, I made the mistake of watching a documentary of what it was like for the people on the inside of the towers that day, the ones that escaped and lived to tell the tale. I watched a documentary about what it was like for them, and I'm so sorry I did, because it just stirred up all the feelings of anxiety and dread that I felt after the event. I was really feeling horrible about it for a couple of days after I watched that documentary, and I remember I did a meditation just to try to calm myself and make myself feel better. And what I saw in that meditation is I saw the Twin Towers still standing, but in the afterlife. They just passed on to the other side. So they still were standing, and I saw them standing in between two mountains in a valley, and I saw a football stadium and a baseball stadium next to the towers, and I saw every single floor of both of the buildings now was a different level that you could go to for every type of athletic or artistic skill, anything that you wanted to learn or share with someone or experience. It was just sort of this epicenter of learning and creativity, and anything athletic or artistic that you wanted to try, you could go to this location and learn it there. And then in the top of the buildings, I saw people jumping out and flying around the tops of the two buildings. So instead of falling, they were flying. It sort of became like this bungee jumping thrill rush that people would do in the afterlife, which would be to fly around the top of the two buildings, which was a real relief to me to see, because the people, when they had to jump to their deaths, or they went outside just to get away from the fumes, to get fresh air, and they fell to their deaths. That was what really impacted me. So that's what I saw of the Twin Towers in the afterlife, still existing. So take from that what you will. Maybe one day I'll draw what I saw. But yeah, it was this real strong vision of how they still exist and they still stand on the other side. And I do believe that death is just a delay. It's just a temporary time where your loved one is in another dimension, and you will see them again one day. All right, thank you for watching. Blessed be everyone.